Hey everybody, it's Dipio. Welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. Okay, so we just finished in the previous episode learning about Milton and Lewis. And like I said, I was going to look up the connection to Unfinished Swan. And yes, Giant Sparrow, same company that made this game, made Unfinished Swan. So that is exactly where that connection lies. That boy, Milton, is the main character, the protagonist from Unfinished Swan. So that's why he disappeared and didn't die. He got the magic paintbrush and went into that world. That is really stinking cool that they tied that into this. And I'm so glad that I played that game so I know the connection. Great one. Played it on the PS3 back in the day. And recommend that one too. First-person shooter about paint and uncovering the environment. Very, very, very unique, and not at all surprised it's connected to this game here in the whimsical storytelling. Even though this whimsy, oh, there's the TV. It was so black I couldn't even see it. Okay, sorry. Even though the whimsy is doused in plenty of melancholy in this one. So we're gonna go out and see what we learn next, which should be about Edith if the trajectory holds true.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Okay, a little bit more about Lewis. Proud of his heritage. Made him feel unique. Alright. Getting up high, it's starting to snow.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Oh, styrofoam peanuts. Oh, look at all the flyers originated from here.
But I understand why we left.
Edith, Mom, me. Nothing to open.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Just you and her.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Here's Edith's room. More stairs.
But
ladders.
It had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
The Odyssey, Mummification, Macbeth, Tales from Beyond. Look, it's like the little figures from her brother's imagination. Oh yeah, down to the spearmen and the boat and... Okay, well. Alright, Edith, let's see what your story is. You shouldn't put your shoes on the bed.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
So am I going to explore, or am I going to find a way to eavesdrop on the the argument.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Oh, look at that.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
Should I try and go upstairs? No. Okay. Oh, we do have a way into this room.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Is there more to hear before I do that? Who slept in here? Is this where Edith spent, Edie spent time?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, we are going to
It
that
was
place
the
too.
first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
There's
God,
the
it
dock was
smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
severely.
I got turned around.
We're gonna go around the rock.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Was that the deer that killed your son?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
She's seeing pieces of the house that broke loose.
That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Who's that? Like an old gnome.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
It's awesome. They knew what I would do.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Is this him being born?
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Whoa. For Shirley Dallas. Ian Dallas, the creative director. Joshua Sarfate, technical director. All when they were kids. Oh, this is very cool. Chelsea Hash, lead technical artist. Brandon Martinovich, lead artist. Chris Bell, lead designer. So they're going to leave it completely open to how you think things are going to go. Michael Kwan, technical designer. Whether or not the stories were real or not. Evan Rogers, gameplay programmer. Dan Hollingsworth, engineer. Thomas Hune, animator. Sam Rosenthal, technical designer. I don't normally read the credits, but I'm intrigued with the way that they did them, and they're coming one at a time. So I'm kind of enjoying it. And I like seeing the pictures of when they were kids. Jonathan Hamill, designer programmer. Sean Kwang, programmer. Johan Lee, audio and unlockables programmer. Thanks, Johan. Corey Davis, environment artist. Did a great job. Greg Pryor, environment artist. Also, Kristen Altamirano, environment artist. So many environment artists. That tells you a lot about how this was. Theo Eratos, concept artist. Dan Valvo, character artist. I'm getting into Sam's room here. Holly Rothrock, 2D artist. Alvin Nelson, producer. Michael Fallick, producer. Gregory and Gus. Now we're into Barbara's room. Steve Green, the lead sound designer. Like, just so many, like, little stories they wanted to tell. Jeff Russo, composer. Eduardo Ortiz Frau, additional sound design. Andrew Odella, QA lead. Billy the Kid there. Ben Esposito, design consultant. Keith Guaret, additional VFX. Melissa Fuss, additional rigging. They went way back for Melissa. Avi Yenny, additional animation. Erica Pinto, additional animation. G Key, additional programming. And I'm butchering names left and right, I'm sure. Tom Bissell, additional writing. From Annapurna Interactive. Megan Ellison. Nathan Gary. Oh, we just got names this time. Neil Himrajani. Jeff Legaspi. Jordan Marks. Deborah Mars. Sorry, this is so weird, but I like James Mozzie. Hector Sanchez. Rarely do you get to like appreciate the people behind it, but like we got pictures and everything. Okay, see now the playtesters, just pause and enjoy. I'm not going to try and get all that out there. Special thanks. Oh, Genova Chen. He's the guy that did Journey. Very cool. Like, what a great way to do credits, too. Like, this is just so full of personality. There's the whole team all grown up. Oh. The end. Wow, okay. The replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. So I guess that's just if you want to capture or relive potential things in the middle. But that was very cool. I'm not going to lie that my brain, being one for closure, kind of wanted to know what the secret was. What did she find out from Grandma Edie's journal? But leaving it open-ended works too. The fact that could have all been in their heads, just an unlucky family meeting untimely deaths, and Edie wanted to remember it more fantastically than it actually was in real life. Just people die, things happen. But very cool story, very cool storytelling. Really glad that person suggested this, because I don't think I ever would have looked at this otherwise if somebody hadn't made that. So that being said, please, if you guys have suggestions for games that you think you would enjoy and would like to see on there, let me know. And if it's within my power to do so, you know, I'll try and do that. Again, particularly like the single player, something that tells a story, or something that, if it doesn't tell one overtly, is a unique experience. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. But all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I really did. I would say I played both of their games, the Unfinished one and this seems like a real growth and leap above the Unfinished one. Both were good games, but this would be the one I would prefer, and I would go back to more often. Absolutely a great little piece of art here. Well, I'm always terrible about wrapping these things up. One day, 10 years from now, I might be good at this. But for now, I just say, yeah, if you'd like to experience this yourself, it's totally a fun little jaunt. And being able to control the different little aspects of how their stories played out was really interesting. Really depressing. Really sad. I don't think there was a happy story among them. Even Edie's, who didn't have too much bad going on, really ended up sad at the end, with dying as her family's running away from her. So, wow. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me through all of this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Yeah, I'm looking back and I'm seeing like Gregory and Lewis and some of the ones that really caught me, and kind of like the gut punches Sam in front of his daughter, Calvin on the swings. Yeah, some were entertaining and some were kind of a little too close to home, but either way, great storytelling, great gameplay, great game. So, all right, guys. Well, please come back to my channel and check out what else I've got for you, and hopefully you'll find something that you enjoy. And I hope to see you all soon. terrible outro is over now. So see, it's so terrible I called it an intro instead of an outro. That's how bad it was. But it's done now. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it as always. And until I see you again, take care of yourselves.